Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're heading to sunny California. Well, Beverly Hills to be exact.
Oh, yeah, Beverly Hills.
Yeah, and I know you know all about celebrity real estate and those gorgeous homes.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to love this one.
All right, I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Okay, so we're diving into Dr. Phil's mansion.
Dr. Phil. All right.
Yes, Dr. Phil. And get this,
Yeah.
it's got this like Alamo theme going on.
An Alamo theme in Beverly Hills. Interesting choice.
I know, right? Super unexpected. So picture this. It's in the heart of Beverly Hills, of course.
Right.
3 acres, 15,000 square feet, and worth about $30 million.
30 million. Yeah, that's definitely Beverly Hills prime real estate. You know, it's not just about the house. It's about the status being part of that whole Hollywood legacy.
For sure. So back to this Alamo thing.
Right.
When I saw pictures, I was like, wait, what? White stucco walls, terracotta roof tiles, those gorgeous wrought iron balconies and huge arched windows. It's like a little bit of Texas right in California.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. It's a bold move, for sure. I mean, the Alamo is all about Texan independence, courage history. To see that in Beverly Hills, it's definitely a statement.
Totally.
Yeah.
Even the landscaping goes with it.
Yeah.
They have these rows of cypress trees by the entrance.
Cypress trees. Interesting. You know, those aren't really a Texas thing. They're more Mediterranean, like you'd see in Italy or Greece.
Oh, so maybe it's like a mix of styles, European and Texan.
Could be. Maybe Dr. Phil wanted to add a touch of that European grandeur to the whole Alamo theme.
Makes you wonder what goes through someone's mind when they're designing their dream home.
Right. It's all about those little details. They tell a story. So what about the entrance? Does it live up to the whole Grand Alamo vibe?
Oh, totally. Imagine a long stone driveway leading up to these big iron gates.
It's all about that sense of arrival, right? Like those old estates, you know, making a statement, showing you've arrived somewhere important.
Yeah. And I read that there's all this lush landscaping and bright red flowers lining the driveway.
Softening the look a bit, creating a more welcoming feeling. That balance is important, you know? You don't want it to feel too intimidating.
It's like setting the stage right, drawing you in with the beauty, and then bam, the house hits you.
Exactly. So what happens when we finally step inside?
Okay, so you walk in, and there's this huge 2-story foyer.
Wow, 2 stories, okay.
Yeah, and this incredible sweeping staircase with these intricate iron railings. It's like a work of art.
Oh, I bet. It's not just a staircase, it's a statement piece, setting the tone for the whole house.
It's funny how a staircase can be so much more than just a way to get to the second floor.
Right. In a home like this, it's all about the drama, the elegance, and maybe even a little mystery, like what awaits at the top of those stairs.
Okay, so you've got the grand entrance, this amazing foyer. Now, what about the living room? What's the vibe?
So if the entrance is all about making a statement, the living room is where things get a bit cozier,
Yeah.
more personal. It's got those dark wood-beamed ceilings that we saw outside.
Yeah, I read about that. And
Yeah.
a big stone fireplace.
Ugh, a fireplace. Perfect for those chilly California nights, you know? And I bet during the holidays, they go all out Christmas tree stockings, garlands, the whole 9 yards.
So even with all the grandeur, there's still that family feel.
Exactly. It's a reminder that celebrities, they're people too, you know? They want those cozy family moments just like the rest of us.
Okay, so grand entrance, cozy living room. What about the master suite? Where does Dr. Phil go to relax?
Now, the master suite is where we see a more modern side. It's open and airy, with exposed wooden beams for a touch of warmth. But the decor is sleek and minimalist.
Sounds peaceful.
It is. It's designed to be a sanctuary, away from the cameras and the spotlight, a place to unwind.
And I bet the master bathroom is just as luxurious.
Oh, you bet. It's all about indulgence. Picture this floor-to-ceiling marble with these delicate gray veins running through it.
I'm picturing it now. It's so calming.
And the centerpiece, a freestanding soaking tub. You know, the kind that just screams relaxation?
Oh yeah, I can see Dr. Phil there now,
Yeah.
soaking away the stress of the day.
With a view, I bet they probably have some well-placed windows looking out onto the gardens. Maybe even a glimpse of the city.
That would be amazing. So we've got the grand entrance, the cozy living room, the serene master suite, and this spa-like bathroom. It's quite the mix of styles.
It is, and yet it all works together somehow. It's like Dr. Phil took all these different pieces of himself, Texas Hollywood family life, and created this one cohesive story in his home.
It's definitely a home that makes you think
Yeah.
and wonder about the person behind it all. And I'm dying to hear more about his office.
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
His office.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, let's take a little detour and compare Dr. Phil's design choices to some of his famous neighbors in Beverly Hills.
I love a good celebrity real estate comparison. So who are we looking at?
Well, first up, we have Adele. Her estate is valued at a whopping $58 million, and it's all about modern luxury. Think infinity pool, panoramic views, sleek design. It's a world away from Dr. Phil's Alamo aesthetic.
58 million. Wow, that's a tough one to beat. But what about someone like Denzel Washington? What's his style like?
Denzel's place is more understated, but still incredibly luxurious. It's got a private screening room, a guest house, and it's valued at around 20 million.
Private screening room.
Yeah.
That's the dream. But so far, it seems like everyone is going for that modern look, while Dr. Phil is embracing something totally different.
You're catching on. That's what makes his choice so interesting. It's a statement. He's not afraid to be different. Even in a place like Beverly Hills, where trends are everything.
Okay, so we've got Adele's modern oasis, Denzel's understated elegance. Who else is on the list?
Well, we can't talk about Beverly Hills without mentioning Ellen DeGeneres. She's got multiple properties in the area worth about 45 million combined, and her style is all about eclectic bohemian vibes, often mixing rustic elements with modern touches.
Ellen is known for her amazing taste, so I bet her homes are incredible. But again, it seems like her style is very different from Dr. Phil's.
Yeah, Ellen's aesthetic is all about humor warmth and a connection to nature. It reflects her personality and her brand perfectly.
So it's not just about creating a beautiful space. It's about creating a space that reflects who you are.
Exactly. And next up, we have Mark Wahlberg. His $30 million estate is all about his active lifestyle and his love of sports. He's got a basketball court, a state-of-the-art gym, and even a wine cellar.
So each of these homes tells a story about the person who lives there, their passions, their values.
Right. And finally, we have Simon Cowell. His sprawling estate is valued at around 25 million, and it's all about family. He's got huge lawns and spaces for his young son to run and play.
So we've seen a glimpse into this world of Beverly Hills real estate, from modern mansions to family-focused estates. What does this tell us about Dr. Phil's choices?
Well, it's fascinating because while everyone else is focused on those extravagant features and the latest trends, Dr. Phil went in a completely different direction, with his unique blend of Texan heritage and Hollywood glamour.
And it definitely makes him stand out. It's a reminder that true luxury isn't about conforming. It's about creating a space that reflects your individuality and tells your personal story.
You got it. And I think that's a great place to pause for now. We've seen the outside. We've gotten a glimpse of the inside. What do you say we step back into Dr. Phil's Alamo and explore some more?
I'm ready for round 2. Let's do it.
All right, so we're back in Dr. Phil's mansion, ready to explore some more. In part 1, we talked about the grand entrance, that cozy living room, and even that incredible master suite.
Yeah, and we even took a little side trip to compare his style to some of his famous neighbors.
Exactly. And speaking of unique style, let's talk about Dr. Phil's office. This is where he works on his shows, writes books, and manages all those business ventures.
So is his office also decked out in that Alamo style, or is it something totally different?
Well, his office is definitely more on the sophisticated side, but still warm and inviting. Think rich wood tones, creating that grounded and focused atmosphere.
I bet it smells like leather-bound books and success.
You know it. And of course, a large glass-top desk takes center stage, plenty of room for him to spread out his work. And I imagine bookshelves lining the walls filled with psychology books, self-help guides, maybe even a few Texas history books for inspiration.
It's interesting to think about what someone like Dr. Phil surrounds himself with in his workspace. It gives you a glimpse into their mind beyond what you see on TV.
Absolutely. And for Dr. Phil, I think his office reflects both his intellectual curiosity and his dedication to his work.
So warm, inviting, and definitely masculine. What about those luxurious bathrooms we were about to dive into?
Ah, yes. The bathrooms prepare for pure indulgence. It's all about those high-end details that create a spa-like experience.
I'm ready for a virtual spa day. Take me there.
Okay, so imagine stepping into the main bathroom and you're immediately surrounded by floor-to-ceiling marble with those delicate gray veins running through it. It's just seamless and opulent.
Oh, I can feel the cool marble under my feet already. It sounds so serene.
And the centerpiece, of course, is that freestanding soaking tub. The kind that just begs you to unwind and let your worries melt away.
With a glass of wine and a good book. Maybe some candles flickering. I can see it now.
Exactly. And knowing Dr. Phil's love of privacy and that connection to nature we saw in the landscaping, I bet there are some well-placed windows offering a glimpse of greenery while still maintaining that sense of seclusion.
That sounds perfect. Soaking in the tub, enjoying the view. It's the ultimate escape.
And remember those minimalist fixtures we talked about earlier? Well, they're in the bathrooms too.
Yeah.
Adding a touch of modern sophistication without overshadowing the natural beauty of the materials.
So it's still that mix of old and new, rustic and modern that we saw throughout the house.
Exactly. It's what keeps the design feeling fresh and interesting. It's not stuck in one specific style.
It's layered and personal.
Mm-hmm.
which I think is so important when you're designing a home. It should reflect who you are.
You got it. And I think Dr. Phil's home does a great job of achieving that balance. So are you ready to head outside now? It's time to experience the California sunshine.
You know, I'm always ready for some sunshine. Let's see what Dr. Phil's backyard has to offer.
All right, so picture this. You step out onto this sprawling patio paved with those same warm, earthy stones we saw in the driveway. It creates this seamless flow between inside and outside. And right there in front of you is a sparkling swimming pool that seems to stretch out forever.
Okay, that sounds amazing. A pool with a view, maybe a cocktail in hand. I can get used to this.
Right. It's the perfect spot for a pool party or just lounging by the water's edge with a good book. But remember, Dr. Phil values his privacy, and he's also a pretty active guy, so the backyard offers more than just a pool.
Oh, I bet. There's got to be a tennis court, right? For those friendly competitions and some exercise.
You know, it's a lighted tennis court, perfect for evening matches or early morning workouts.
I can picture him out there getting in a good sweat session while enjoying the California sunshine.
Yeah.
It's a great way to de-stress.
Exactly. It's all about that California lifestyle, blending work and leisure fitness and relaxation. And speaking of views, the backyard also offers this panoramic vista of the Los Angeles skyline.
Wow. Now that's something special. Imagine sitting out there at night with all the city lights twinkling below. Must be breathtaking.
It is. It's a reminder that even though you feel secluded and private in this oasis, you're still in the heart of Hollywood.
So, a pool, a tennis court, and a view. What about the landscaping? We saw those manicured shrubs and bright red flowers at the entrance. Is the rest of the yard just as impressive?
Oh, absolutely. That attention to detail extends throughout the entire property. Every corner of the outdoor space is just as carefully designed and maintained as the interior.
It's like they brought in a team of landscape artists to create a living masterpiece.
You're not wrong. It's all about creating that cohesive aesthetic, that harmony between the natural and built environment. And I think Dr. Phil's estate really nails it.
I love how we've been able to go beyond just looking at pretty pictures and really dive into the thought and intentionality behind the design of this home.
It's been a fascinating journey, hasn't it? And it brings up an interesting question. Do celebrity homes simply reflect personal taste, or do they actually influence broader design trends in luxury real estate?
That's a great question, and one we should definitely explore further. We've seen how Dr. Phil's home tells his personal story, but how does that story fit into the larger narrative of celebrity influence and the evolution of luxury living?
Great question. Let's unpack all of that in the final part of our deep dive into Dr. Phil's Alamo in Beverly Hills.
Okay, so here we are. The final part of our deep dive into Dr. Phil's unique Beverly Hills mansion.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen the grand entrance, the cozy rooms, that spa-like bathroom, and of course, that amazing backyard. But I still keep thinking about that Alamo theme.
It is pretty unexpected, right? Especially for Beverly Hills. You know, we talked about how it reflects Dr. Phil's Texas roots and his personal brand, but I think there's more to it than that.
Okay, I'm listening. What else is going on here?
Well, for a long time, luxury was all about, showing off, keeping up with the Joneses. It was about those McMansions with rooms you never even used.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Huge houses with more bathrooms than people.
Exactly. But lately, things have shifted. People are looking for something different. Something more authentic, something that reflects their values and their lifestyle.
So it's less about showing off and more about creating a space that feels personal and meaningful.
Right. And that's where Dr. Phil's home really stands out. It's luxurious, yes, but it's also unique and personal. It's like he's saying, I'm not going to conform to what everyone else is doing. I'm going to create a space that reflects who I am.
And I think that's really inspiring. You know, it's like a permission slip to break the rules and create a home that truly reflects your own style and personality.
Exactly. Your home should be a reflection of you, not some designer's idea of what a luxury home should look like.
And that's a great takeaway from this whole deep dive. You know, we've seen how Dr. Phil's home tells his personal story. And it's a reminder that we can all do the same. Create spaces that reflect who we are and what we value.
Absolutely. Whether you live in a mansion or a modest apartment, your home should be a place where you feel comfortable and inspired, a place that tells your story.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on. So until next time, keep exploring those unique homes, and remember, true luxury is about creating a space that's authentically you.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.